I'm the founder of the Santa Claus Museum, and I am the chief elf.
I'm the male elf, that's M-A-I-L, elf.
I have been a member of Santa's Elves from the beginning. I was one of actually the 3 people that founded it.
As director at the Santa Claus Museum and Village, I help coordinate the Santa's Elves to help Santa answer all the letters that come to town every year. Santa's very busy and he needs help.
As chief elf, my role is to be sure, absolutely sure, that the letters that children write to Santa Claus are answered. To answer the letters and get them out so that the children will receive them by December 24th.
3 years ago I started doing that, picking up the mail at the post office, opening it, and bringing it in, and then picking up the finished letters and taking them back to the post office and stamping them.
The Elves answer up to 13,000 letters on average every year. It is such a busy time here in Santa Claus, Indiana, and we are so lucky to have so many elves who give of their time, who give of their resources. The elves start answering letters at Thanksgiving, and they answer up until a few days just before Christmas.
The tradition of answering letters was started by James Martin, the postmaster, in 1914. And he was answering letters that came into this post office that was founded in 1856. And he started answering letters because here are letters from children and I need to do something about it. And he did that for many years. And then my father arrived on the scene, came back to this part of the country. He had been in Chicago in the Navy and saw that James Martin was very busy with letters. Too much for him to do with the rest of the mail. The post office was very busy, and began helping him. And my dad assisted for 50 years, 54 years, from 1930 till he passed away in 1984. And by the time I was about 12 years old, I was helping with letters. So it's a family tradition. It's wonderful to do it and know that he did it and that we did it as family, and now it's being passed on.
I think my favorite part of the holidays is, as it has been since we started Santa's Elves, is answering letters, and hopefully as you answer each letter, you think to yourself, oh, will this child brighten up when they see that letter come in the mail?
I think the fun part is going up to the post office and listen to comments that, looks like you've done that before, you know. Stamping letters.
I just love answering the letters. You can do all sorts of good things around Christmas time. And I think one of the most important is answering a letter that a child writes to Santa. Because that letter goes out and that child just pours his or her heart out. They just tell Santa everything.
We get a whole variety of letters from children all over the world. There are some really funny letters. We just had one the other day from a little boy who was concerned because their family doesn't have a chimney, and he wanted Santa to make sure he came in the dryer vent instead of the chimney.
My top 3 favorite letters, and they're wonderful. A young boy said, my mommy says that I'm going to have a baby sister, and I really don't want a baby sister because I think girls stink. Another little boy said, I have been very good, and my mommy is so proud of me because I haven't pee-peed in the bed since June, and Santa's going to get me something special for that. The other one came from Lithuania, and the little boy called it his dummy, and his mommy said, you should give up your dummy and give it to someone else, maybe another baby, and they decided that they would give the dummy, the pacifier, to Santa. Sent it through the mail. The envelope had this big hump in it, but it came through the mail, and he's going to get a special gift because he gave up his pacifier for Santa.
If you don't believe in Santa, you know, you've lost the spirit, I think. And the important part about it is I can remember as a young child, even though I may not have been the greatest kid in the world and done some nasty things, Santa came.
I think there always has been a Santa Claus, and I think there will be, and I think actually Santa Claus is part of maybe the goodness of Christmas time, and we should all remember that.
Of course I believe in Santa Claus. It's such a magical thing, and there are very few pieces of magic that exist in the world anymore, and Santa is one of those things that children believe in, and I think adults believe in too. I can't imagine a world without Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is that wonderful spirit, and spirits are with us. They're in our bodies. They're us. Santa Claus is alive and well and bringing joy to people and will always be alive.